Welcome to another edition of the Sports Shop 27. I'm your host, Jermaine Colter, my co-host, Kevin Johnson, and today's special guest, we got Airese Currie. How you doing, Airese? How you doing?
Airese,
All is
fastest
well,
man in
everyone. All
ACC.
is well.
Hey, it's good. It's good to see. I see you
Fastest man in
traveling.
college football.
The
Fastest man in
fastest
college
man
football.
in college football. The fastest man in college
Yeah,
football, man.
that's what. Hey, I didn't say it. That's what the people said. You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
they said. That's what
That's
they
what they
said,
said.
man.
That's what they
For
said.
real.
Based off my
Let them know
100-meter time.
let them tell them about your 100-meter time and your 40 time, Airese.
10:21 in the 100. 10:21 while I was at Clemson. 40. I unofficially ran a 4.2 going into my sophomore year at Clemson, but they wouldn't give it to me because Greenland them said that the defense would double cover me. I was like, man, these cats know I'm fast. These cats know I can run. It don't matter
Hey,
what,
man.
it don't matter. It don't matter.
Exactly. Hey, so let them know you all state, from Richard Northeast High School.
Correct.
Broke a lot of records there. Was like top 11 receiver in the nation, top 50 overall. You know what I'm saying? All ACC at Clemson, all ACC in the track team as well.
That's right.
I mean, let the people know where you from and a little bit about where you came up before you came to Clemson, man. The way you was brought up.
Okay, well, I'm originally from a small town called St. Paul's, North Carolina. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think I'm from Columbia, South Carolina, because that's where I played high school ball at, but I'm not from Columbia, South Carolina. That's where I lived at the majority of my life in one period, as far as one time period, because I was a military brat. My mother was Army, so I moved around a little bit as a kid. Been to Germany twice. Started playing, what a lot of people also don't know is basketball was my first true love. I started playing organized basketball my first trip to Germany when I was 5 years old. I wanted to go to Chapel Hill and play for Dean Smith, but high school had other plans. So I was able to move around. I picked up football when I was in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, which is northern VA, Alexandria to be exact. I didn't start playing organized football until I was fifth grade for the Fort Belvoir Bulldogs. My coach, Coach Dave, love him to death. He was a great mentor. Played fifth and sixth grade. Got inducted to the Fairfax County Hall of Fame as 80-pound football player, which is pretty neat. I still got the trophy. It's a little banged up from moving around all over the years, but I traveled around a little bit. Like I said, Germany twice, Northern VA for 3 years, Hinesville, Georgia. Then I finished up back in, Fort Jackson, Columbia, South Carolina to be exact. That's where I finished up high school.
Okay,
cool. High school at Richland Northeast High School, where I initially started when I got back from Germany. I didn't even play football my sophomore year. I just ran track and played basketball.
Wow.
And I started receiving all types of questionnaires from my times that I was posting my sophomore year from track. And so I remember having a conversation with my mother. I was like, look, I think I'm going to pick football back up because I was done with football. And so the rest is history, as you can know.
Man, we would have lost out on a teammate, man.
Yeah, you would. Sure enough.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So that's a little bit about my childhood, man. I grew up military brat, Pretty much I get along with anybody, man. I've experienced different cultures, different ethnic backgrounds at a young age, so that's how I can relate to a lot of people just from all walks of life. I grew up listening to everything, West Coast, Midwest, down South, East Coast. I like it all.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah, so how was it in Germany? How long you was there?
I was there for a total of 5 years. The first trip I was there kindergarten through second grade in a small town called Herborn-Silbach. And then the second time I was there, seventh grade to ninth grade. And once I got there, like I said, I started playing organized football fifth grade year in VA. And once I moved to Germany my seventh grade year, I recognized they didn't have tackle football. All they had was flag football. I was like, man, I ain't about to play no flag football. So I didn't play flag football seventh and ninth grade year. Seventh and eighth grade year. All I did was play basketball and run track. And once we hit high school, so I hit the high school level in Germany in ninth grade, I picked football back up, but I was being played out of position, so I kind of got banged up. They had me playing running back because I was fast. I wasn't a running back. I've always been a receiver. I played receiver when I was, Pop Warner age. So that was just my position. So I don't even count that year as playing football. So I like to tell people that I officially didn't pick football back up after my sixth grade year until my junior year of high school. To my junior year of high school, because once I moved back from Germany after my ninth grade year, my sophomore year, like I was mentioned earlier, I didn't play football. I just played basketball, and I ran track. And I was the new kid on the block. And just based off what I was telling people about, some things that I did when I was in Germany, uh, it was funny because a lot of people can vouch for this story. When I remember telling one day he was up in the gym, the circle above the gym in Northeast, practicing, trying out for the track team, and I was telling them what I ran in the 100, and they kind of looked at me sideways with the mouth all twisted up. I was like, no, I know I'm really like that. Like I was all Europe. I was as a freshman in Germany. I was all Europe, meaning I'm talking about Italy, Germany, England, and one other. I think maybe Switzerland, but I was all Europe in the 100, 200, 400. Came in, what was it, second or third in the high jump, and like second or third in the long jump as a freshman.
You should have went on to the Olympics, man.
They couldn't stand me, man. Yeah. Hindsight being 2020, KJ. Like once I got released by Chicago, if I could go all back and do it again, I should have tried out for the Olympics because I was still in great shape once I got released by Chicago. But I was so stuck and adamant about playing football and getting back to the league, man. But I should have picked up those spikes. One of my homeboys,
man, Usain Bolt. You and Usain Bolt.
Man, I would have loved to see what it looked like. Because the thing about it is, the faster somebody else ran, the faster I ran. So, you know what I'm saying? I was always used to being ahead of the pack. But if somebody got in front of me, I was going to run them down because there's been plenty of scenarios at different track meets where I ran a cat down that, looked like no way I could have won it. State championship, my senior year being an example. I fell on my face out the blocks. This state championship, 4A state championship meet. Fell on my face. I thought Gianna was going to shoot it again, to call it back. I looked at him. He looked at me, shrugged his shoulders. I took out, ran the whole little field down, one state. I was upset about it because I wanted to break Stephen Davis' record since they wouldn't give it to me earlier on in that year, track season.
Man.
Yeah.
It's another thing I remember too, Airese, when we was pro day at Clemson, and we was running our times. You had slipped in, man, and still got a good time.
Oh yeah. I ran and check this. My foot was fractured. I ran a 4. I had a fractured foot. I ran a 4.3, 4.32, something like that, mid 4.3 with a fractured foot. Because I found out my foot was fractured at the combine up in Indianapolis. I didn't know it was fractured until I got up there. So electronic time, I ran a 4.49 and a 4.52 or 4.54 with a fractured foot. Wow. Then I came back the following month and ran a 4.3 handheld at Clemson's pro day. And 38 and a half inch vertical or whatnot. I guess I had just grew used to it, man, because that wasn't the first time I had fractured my foot in that spot. So it didn't really bother me.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The things you didn't know.
So
man.
tell us what it was.
Right.
Yeah. So tell us what it was like playing football in the type of offense that you were playing in at Clemson. And also how it was like playing with Woodrow Dantzler as your quarterback.
Good one, man.
Oh man, it was a good thing. Him being the playmaker he was, you know what I'm saying? He sometimes he's like, man, Woody, throw the ball, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm open, but hey, Woody was gonna do his thing. He was gonna make plays with his legs too.
Right.
I feel like, of course, looking back on things and just seeing how Clemson's program is now, I felt like we could have been used like those guys are being used now in that program or whatnot. Like with all the talent we had when we came through, we was the number 8 recruiting class in the country when I came through. Like, and there's no way in the world we should have been as productive, if not more productive. Like, and not knocking what they got going on now, but we had some dogs. You know what it is, KJ. Man, we had some dogs. Like, they don't recruit them type of guys no more.
Don't, man.
So, you know what I'm saying? Coach Sweeney ain't going for it. He ain't going for it, man. Like I tell people all the time, like, we've been wide receiver U. We've been wide receiver U. So it ain't just start becoming wide receiver U. You think about guys like Rod Gardner, you know what I'm saying, Perry Tuttle,
That's right.
myself, Roscoe, Chancey Stuckey, Aaron
Mm-hmm.
Kelly. The list goes on. We've been wide receiver. We've been putting receivers through that program. And these guys, Kevin Youngblood, Derek Hampton, and these people that I'm naming, they all went to the league and played football.
You can't forget Sammy
Everybody went
Watkins.
to everybody went to the league. Sammy, DeAndre, everybody went to the league, man. Like, we've been doing this. Yeah, we've been doing it. So I felt like we
Brown Watkins.
weren't close to the potential that we had while I was there. But so I enjoyed it. It was a great opportunity. So I appreciate the opportunity that Clemson gave me. And ultimately, my greatest achievement coming out of there was getting my my undergrad, my degree.
Oh yeah. So
Great.
I see that it was in between you was gonna go to Georgia or Clemson. What made you choose Clemson?
Man, we all got together, myself, Tamir, Ben Hall. We had a conversation, man, and we was like, look, we tired of all the top talent in this state leaving out of the state.
Yes.
And of course, the obvious decision at that particular moment in time was Clemson, because Carolina was trash. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest, call it what it is. They were trash. They were like 1-11. You know what I'm saying? two. They was garbage.
Yeah.
That Lou Holtz area, man, they weren't very good. And on top of that, man, they was wearing them busted behind Adidas cleats with them darn Russell jerseys.
You can't help with that, man.
Man, don't nobody, hey, we wasn't on it as heavy as they are now, because it's all about the drip now. But man, I couldn't go there. I was wearing that in high school. I had to at least have some Nikes on my feet. Real, man. That setup was not right. Hey, and I love them cats. I love all them cats. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of just a visit that I took. But yeah, man, that's how that all played out. That's how that all played out. We was like, yeah, let's keep it in state. Clemson, of course, was the obvious choice. And then, cats like Coach Stockstill. It's hard to tell Coach Stockstill no. Y'all know Coach Stockstill. Yeah, Coach Stockstill pull up on you with a fishing rod. Hey, little cuz, let's go fishing. Man, what type of recruiters was doing that when we was coming through, man? Hey, Coach Stockstill was that guy.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying? And so they was gonna get him in. Right, exactly. So yeah. That's how that ended up. Because if it wasn't for that, I was going to UGA. There was a lot of times that I bypassed Clemson to go to unofficial visits to UGA. You know what I'm saying? Those guys down there, Terrence Edwards, Richard Seymour, Jonas Jennings, Boss Bailey, all them boys. I was cool with all those guys when I would go down there. We would hang. You don't know how we get down on unofficial visits. So we would go down there and kick it and have a good time. But yeah, that's how that played out.
Yeah,
that's what's up, man. You got your boys chiming in. Eric Coleman and Brian Mann say what's up.
Cozy. What's up, fellas? What's up? My brothers for life, man. Yeah, blood, sweat, and tears. We done been through some stuff. Yeah.
Hey, Airese, hey man. So what was your favorite route, man?
My favorite route. Hey, I like any type of double move route. You know what I'm saying? Where it might be a shake route, like a post corner. You know what I'm saying? Stop and go. I like that. You know what I'm saying? All that. A straight fly, just throw it up there. Let me run up on it. I don't care where he at. I don't care if he 12, 15 yards line deep. I'm running by him. Just throw it.
There you go.
Just throw it. So yeah. Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. So who was the most physical corner in the ACC during your era?
Justin Miller. KJ, don't forget. KJ was physical as I don't know too, but just think about Justin, man. Just thinking about somebody, it was a little different, man. It was different. Justin, and to play against the guys like we played against at practice, you know what I'm saying, like KJ and B-Man and Justin Miller and Ty Hill, you know what I'm saying, showing up on game day, man. I was like, we ain't gonna see nobody like this anyway, because we seen that every day at practice.
Yeah, for sure.
It was done. It was, you know what I'm saying, it was like practice, just like how Deion say, the game was an opportunity for people to see how we practice. And that's what it was, because, you know what I'm saying, I feel like we was going against the best every day at practice. Like, we had some talent. Like I said, we really had some talent at Clemson. We just didn't live up to it for whatever reason. Whether that be coaching, you know, I think more so coaching than anything, because we had some guys, man, on both sides of the ball, always. On both sides, yeah. We had some freakish athletes. You think about guys like J.J. Howard. Think about J.J. Howard, man. J.J. running a 4.3. Right, you know what I'm saying? At that size, running 4-3, you know what I'm saying? At the end, right. The Dwight Howard, before you heard of Dwight Howard type, I mean, Dwight Freeney, you know what I mean? He get out
Yeah.
ripped up, physical, you know what I'm saying? He pop off, straight off at the beach type thing. You want to look like that.
Okay. Word,
Straight
word.
up. Yeah, we always had them
So,
guys, man.
talk about your transition from the regular season to the bowl season. Talk about that a little bit. The bowl games that you participate in, the highlights, the scores. Tell me some of your favorite games that you played in.
My favorite, I guess, would have to be Peach Bowl. Peach Bowl. Of course, I loved all the other ones. Didn't get a chance to go to a bowl our senior year, of course, because of the brawl that we got into in Carolina. But just to reflect back on the early ones, the Humanitarian Bowl, that was great to play in that out on the blue turf out in Boise, Idaho. It's so lame out in Boise, Idaho. They didn't even have a Foot Locker in their mall. It was like,
No.
I remember walking through the mall out there. It was like, man, y'all don't even have a Foot Locker in this mall. They're just, what I'm saying, just the
Dang.
stories that came about, the bowls. You always love the bowls because of the gifts that you can get, in the ring, the bling, the hardware that you got from the bowls. That's just a reward for, not making it to, say, the big dance. Just that you be able to get something, some type of reward, whether that be cash, gaming systems, bags, different stuff, different apparel, things like that. But I would say the Peach Bowl is my favorite one. It's just because of all the smack that Philip Fulmer talked about our team leading up into that game. Verbatim, he
Tennessee.
said, yeah, verbatim, Tennessee, yeah, and we beat the brakes off of them. They
I
on the
remember that.
field and pregame. I remember Dwayne slapping old boy. What I'm saying, doing pregame. It was crazy. But Philip said, with all the talent we had on that team at that particular moment, Philip said the only two people that could play on his team, they could tell you, was myself and Leroy Hill. That was the only two people that we had on our team that would be able to make their team. And that was just ultimate disrespect, in our opinion. So we went out there and put it on them. Plus, you always hear that thing, ACC versus SEC type deal. And I had this argument all the time. Like, man, the hardest hitting team that I played with, and we done played against Georgia, Texas A&M, whoever, different SEC teams and whatnot, was Florida State. Kendall Pope and them boys used to be out there laying it, man. I was trying to tell you, I remember my freshman and sophomore year. All I ran them digs and crosser routes, man, and they was teeing off every time you ran across that middle. You better run across that middle with your head on your swivel. Yeah, but yeah, the Peach Bowl, man.
You played when Chris Hope was still at Florida State?
No, I miss Chris Hope.
Okay.
I said, but I played against Kendall Pope and all. Kendall Pope, Mike Bullware, you know what I'm saying? He was South Carolina. He went to my rival high school. Cromartie, B. McFadden, all them boys, Greg Jones. Yeah, all them boys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had some talent down there too, man. During that time, they had some talent.
They did.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about going to the NFL and going to the Chicago Bears. What was that like, making the transition? Talk to us about your preparation, your diet, your regimen, your workout, going into combine and trying to make it to the NFL and going through the draft.
I mean, that kind of became real for me, I guess, say my junior year. And truth be told, like the way my body was set up, I never really had no disciplined diet or anything like that. I wanted to eat whenever I wanted to eat because, because of how my body was set up, my metabolism and whatnot. So I ate whatever. I didn't eat bad, but I ate whatever I wanted to eat. I could just for the young athletes, and I try to preach that to those guys now. I should have ate better because longevity. I know y'all hear when Chad talk about McDonald's. He lived off McDonald's. Hey, I can't do no McDonald's. You already know what it is. Empty calories. They won't do nothing for fueling the body. But you know what I'm saying? To be able to get to the league. Sorry, y'all. I'm messing around. Hit mute. To have the money to be able to do that, to buy and go out and eat the things that you want to eat that was going to be quality, nutritious ingredients. To buy the best of the best. Be in that position, you better take care of your body. We didn't get like a nutritionist towards the latter end of my playing days at Clemson. So that was kind of introduced to us as a whole. Once I was finishing up at Clemson, a lot of times it's coming. How we was brought up, coming from I'm mother wasn't rich, she wasn't poor, but she did the best she could. And being there in Clemson, it wasn't like some of the other students around campus or whatnot. So I made do with what I had. So a lot of times I might just grab a bunch of y'all remember them little PBJ, you remember them Smuckers, John KJ, you coming out in the dorm room. Yeah. I'm grabbing like 8 or 10 of those, throwing them in my book bag, going to class. Hey, eat no breakfast. That's what I'm eating. Stopping at Hardee's on the way after class because you ain't did what you need to do planning wise. Ate them little Hardy burgers, the little small ones. You remember the little small? I get like 10 of those and eat them in the beating. And that's what I would have in the beating. That's what I fuel my body off of, man. Hey, I still got it in. That's the difference, I think, between athletes back then and athletes now, man. Like we had that dog in us. We did whatever we needed to do. We understood what we was there to.
Cool. Hey, so how was camp?
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Okay.
Something happened with my mic. Give me a second, y'all. I know y'all can hear me, but I know I can't hear y'all.
Okay.
It's connected back.
Okay. Can you hear us now?
Hello?
Yeah, you can hear us now?
Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Something disconnected because it did. I had a phone call that was coming in and threw my mic on.
Oh, okay.
Can you
Go
hear
ahead,
us?
fella.
All right. Go ahead, KJ. You had a question.
Yeah, I was asking how was camp? When you was playing for Chicago Bears, how was it? Like,
hold on, y'all. Hold on. When you get a call like that, sometimes it throw the mic up.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
Yeah, I've done the same thing.
Give me a second, y'all.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Do y'all hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear y'all, though.
You can't hear us?
Man, let me see something. Try something else real quick. That's me. It's all the way up. It's on, too.
What could he do, Jermaine?
Did you try taking it out and just talking to us through the phone?
Say it again, man.
I said, did you try taking the earbuds out and just talking to us like through the phone? Like just holding it and looking at us, talking? Can you do it that way?
Hold on. I see you looking. My phone ain't giving me nothing, bro.
Okay, he can't hear me at all.
Audio, let me see something. Let's see if I can put you on speakerphone. Hello?
Okay. Yeah, can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you now. Let's go.
All right, go ahead. So go ahead, KJ.
He went out.
Yeah, he went out. All right, hold on. There he is.
Go ahead, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My apologies, man. I was receiving a phone call. It kicked me out.
No problem.
Yeah.
What were we talking about just now again?
Yeah. I was asking how was
camp.
camp.
The diet, how I ate, the league and whatnot. But
I was asking how was camp when you was playing with Chicago Bears. Sure.
The opportunity to be able to do that was definitely a childhood dream come true. You know what I'm saying? That's something all athletes dream of as a young kid, to grow up in whatever sport that may be, baseball, basketball, football, track. We all have dreams and aspirations of going to play at the professional level. So to actually reach that level and achieve that, that goal, that was a dream come true. Real facts, it's a dream come true. I just hate that I wasn't able to take advantage of the opportunity to be able to shine like I knew I could have because of injuries, due to injuries. But it is what it is. Hindsight is 2020. As far as I know, I was making mention about the nutrition and stuff like that. Things I definitely, if I could go back and do it again, I would do differently as far as taking care of my body at that point. Because, I honestly believe just being a dual sport athlete and not allowing your body to rest, and your body needs to rest. Like I didn't have no break while I was at Clemson. I did two sports. I went from football straight to track. I did some Dion type stuff. I remember my sophomore year, I played in the spring game because I got most improved player during the spring that year. Played in the spring game. They shuttled me back over to the track. I ran the 100, won the 100, won the 200, and shuttled me back over to the spring game, and I finished playing in the spring game. This is a true story, dog. I was doing stuff like this. Like, I didn't rest, so I think getting to the league and playing at that level of intensity with no rest all those years while I was playing college football, I think my body was just breaking down on me type deal because they were all soft muscle tissue injuries. Tweak my hamstring, come back, partially tear another hamstring, get back from that, slightly tear my quad muscle, just dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that I wasn't even experiencing while I was at Clemson. I had my foot issue, but that was prior to even coming to Clemson. I tried to have surgery to have my pin removed my freshman year, but I wasn't really injured while I was at Clemson. I had a high ankle sprain that caused me to miss a game, but a lot of people don't know I missed more than one game because I actually was suspended. Coach Ballin looked out for me because I was bucking on the treatment. I felt like me and Danny Poole. Danny, I don't know if you watched, but me and you got into it, man. I was like, man, this treatment is not working, and I'm not getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to come do this BS behind treatment. I was like, it's something more than a high ankle sprain going on, so I wasn't going for it. So I got suspended for one game. And, Coach Brown just didn't tell the papers. He told me I was still injured.
Dang.
That's a good story, man.
Yeah. 20 years later. Yeah. So tell us a little bit. You played overseas after you left Chicago, right?
No, I didn't play overseas. I played with the Hamilton Tiger Cats up in Canada.
Okay, yeah.
I played with them up in Canada, and that was in the hopes of getting back in the league because I had put together this stem and ice. B-Man used to.
That's how they can use it.
Oh man, that's funny, yo. You was gonna get that stem and ice.
Yeah.
Oh man, that remind me of like Moncrief on Fort Jackson. They was gonna give you ibuprofen if your arm was falling off. They was gonna give you some ibuprofen. Yeah, but no, I played with the Hamilton Tiger Cats with the hopes of trying to get back in the NFL because my doctor, Dr. Ekman, him and I, we actually had put together a health package, just basically showing the history of, my health in regards to my foot, both feet actually, from my junior year of high school all the way up until once I had got released by Chicago, and just wanted to show the doctors for other teams that, the GMs and stuff, that it wasn't like an injury prone type deal and that I was healthy and stuff like that. So a lot of the guys and teams, they wanted to see me go up there and play a full season and stay healthy. So that's how I ended up in Canada. I actually went up there twice. The first time I went up there, I was with the BC Lions. And I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it at all, bro. I kid you not, I wasn't feeling it. Because it was like imagine being here and then go there. I was like, nah, this ain't what's up.
Yeah.
I mean, practice the football, the field. Of course, saying the field is wider and bigger, so it's like playing football on a soccer field. And we had practice. The field ain't got no lines on it, so what I'm saying. I'm new to the system, trying to get a feel for the routes. They had already brought a guy in like a week or two ahead of me that I'm supposed to be competing with, so he got an upper hand on me. I was like, I was not feeling. After about the third or fourth day of practice, I was like, all right, man, this is what you love to do. Go ahead and make the best of it. So I remember them end up going with the other guy, and they had the contract on the table for me to come back that season, which would have been in 2008. But I was like, man, I ain't coming back up here. Hey, but hindsight being 2020, I should have took my behind back up there because I sat out a whole nother season just to go back to Canada.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Just to go back
Yeah.
to Canada.
So how was living in Canada versus United States, man? How was the food and all that, man? The culture.
Oh man, Canada's beautiful. Canada's beautiful. If you ain't ever got a chance to go, man. I recommend it. And encourage. Vancouver is a very beautiful city. If you ever been to San Francisco, in my opinion, it reminds me of a modern day San Francisco. The city, you
Okay.
know what I'm saying? You enter the city downtown, over the bridge, surrounded by water.
Yeah.
Very beautiful architecture. Where I was at in Hamilton with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, that was actually Ontario, the province of Ontario. So Toronto was about 45 minutes away. I mean, beautiful. You ain't have no BS. Good people. You ain't I hardly seen any cop cars. I'm like, man, where the police at? Where 12 at around here? You know what I'm saying? But the thing
Yeah.
is, they don't have any misdemeanors. They don't have no
What?
They don't have no misdemeanors. A sexual harassment charge to get you, you know what I'm saying, a record. You out there sexually harass somebody, it's gonna be a problem for you. So you don't want to. So
Dang.
everybody was cool, man. I love Canada. I'm gonna go back and visit again.
Okay, cool. So I know after that you went into coaching, right? Or you actually went into a fitness center, right? Like you had your own fitness center, own
That's what,
gym.
what it did a little bit. I actually picked up. I ended up getting into like I was training while I was training to go to Canada. I was training with a good friend and mentor of mine, Yul Gordon. And I remember expressing to him, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember him looking at me when I was working out for the New York Dragons one year. This is before Arena One, the Arena One League. I don't know if y'all remember the Arena One League.
Oh, yeah.
It had
Yeah.
folded. And there was a couple of
Yeah.
us as Woody was actually at that workout too, but that's when Arena One was paying. They was paying like six figures a year
Yeah.
for, you know,
Yeah.
and some of the top
Yeah,
athletes
Woody
before they
played for
folded. So
Chicago Red.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the New York Dragons were gonna sign me. They were gonna sign me, but the league folded. So I remember him like going back to the training thing. Yul Gordon seen me one day at training, like when I was running the 40 and doing some of the drills that they had me doing, and he made a comment about, man, he was like, you generating a whole bunch of force in your lower extremity. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, man, and like, I've always been like a deceptive runner, but going back looking at like one-on-one films at Clemson and stuff like that, I noticed how much grass I was kicking up and throwing. And so it made sense. He was like, that's why you
Oh,
keep fracturing your feet over and over again. He was like, we need to change your running style. He was like, your feet can't handle the force that you producing. He was like, that's why you keep it. And mind you think out of the levels I hadn't been to,
what?
collegiate, NFL, nobody had ever told me anything like that. People just want to lay me injury prone, but I kept fracturing my foot in the same spot, the same exact spot, just from running now. Yul Gordon pointed that out to me one day at a workout with the New York Dragons. And from that point on, I never had any more issues with my feet running wise and fracturing my feet. And by that time, I guess it was too late because I never got another opportunity as far as at the league or whatnot. But that was something that I expressed to him, just sitting up under him, being like his you know what I'm saying, mentee or whatever. I was like, this is what I want to do when I'm done playing football. I want to train athletes and help them achieve, you know what I'm saying, and enhance their performance level. So I kind of started doing that in 2010, 2011, branched out on my own in 2012, and I've been kind of doing it since.
That's what's up, man. Good job.
Yeah, man, that's good, man. So are you coaching and working with kids now? Or are you working or teaching?
I coach over at AC Florida High School. We recently won the state championship, 4A state championship this past season. Shout out to AC Florida, Dustin Curtis and them guys over there. Ken
Okay.
Floyd, Wago, you know what I'm saying, got a tremendous staff over there at AC Florida, you know what I'm saying. They do a lot, and they genuinely care about those kids over there. And that's one thing that I know as far as playing the game, especially with our culture and our community for them. That's the thing about these kids. They want to know that you genuinely care. If they don't feel like you genuinely care about it, they're not gonna put out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We got a great back and a great community over there, AC Florida. So I'm proud to be a part of that program, and I look forward to what we possibly can do this season coming up. I know we lost a lot of pieces, but I think we'll be fine, man. And so I look forward to going out there each day and practicing and giving my all. The things that I learned while I was at Clemson and in the league, as far as paying it forward and passing that knowledge of the game along to those young men.
Man, that sounds good, man. Hey, we appreciate you coming to the show, bro. You had a lot of good things to point out. I never knew that you just couldn't handle this, the pressure with your
Yeah.
feet, man. I didn't know you was too fast for your feet, man.
Hey, too fast for my feet. That's what the man said. I ain't said. The man said I'm too fast for my feet.
Hey, just like we opened the show, man, the fastest man in the ACC, Airese
Hey,
Currie, man. Let the people know
appreciate it,
what other
man.
platforms you have, what other social media networks, so they can follow you and other business that you have.
Okay, well, I'm on IG. You can follow me on IG. My business page on IG. Catch_this_sports. Uh, content. I usually post training content on there, strictly pretty much training content. I'm also on Facebook, Airese Currie. Feel free to look me up. You know what I mean? Not on Twitter or anything else like that. I do have a YouTube channel that you can subscribe to. I haven't done much with it lately. I'm about to start picking that back up, here in the near future. But feel free to reach out if you're interested in training, anything like that. You in the Columbia area, surrounding areas,
Right.
and you want the son or daughter to, get quicker, faster, stronger, whatever it may be. Feel free to reach out. I'm here for you.
Yeah,
Man. Hey, we appreciate it, bro. Hey,
I
thanks for
appreciate the
coming
love. I
to the show,
appreciate y'all
man.
having me.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Thank
Hey,
you,
no
man.
problem, man. We wish you all the safe travels. Tell your son again and your wife thanks for bearing with us on the safe travels. And tell your son we said happy birthday, man.
I'll do that, fellas. Appreciate it, man. Sorry for the little, hiccup we had a little bit, but I appreciate it. I enjoyed it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Miss Currie, for your
Proud
patience,
of you,
too.
man.
Y'all drive safe.
She's driving.
All right.
I appreciate y'all, fellas, man. Y'all be easy, man. Much love.
Yeah,
Much
you too,
love,
man.
man. Be safe,
All
bro.
right,
Until next time.
peace,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Oh, happy birthday, Kendra, and happy birthday to LeBron. Yeah.